Once you let the black man get upon his person the brass letter US, then let him get an eagle on his button and a musket on his shoulder and bullets in his pocket. There will be no power on this earth that can deny that he has earned the right to freedom and citizenship. Frederick Douglass. From slavery to service, the African American contribution to the United States military. Patriotism, devotion to duty, valor, honor, dedication to service, and courage. These are just a few words that are used to define the character of the African American serviceman and woman. Throughout the history of this great nation, the African American has served with honor and distinction in every major war, both foreign and domestic. The African American has served in every branch of the military, from the Marine Corps to the U.S. Coast Guard, and it has the historic dubious honor of being among one of the largest minority group to serve in each one of these branches of service with distinction since the late 1800s to our present day. Stories of unquestionable valor and heroics were witnessed by many, yet only a few of their legendary exploits were reported by the superior officers. But the African American servicemen and women continued to serve, despite unfair treatment and unreciprocated respect from their fellow countrymen. During the Revolutionary War, the African American wanted to serve in the armed forces because they felt this was the quickest way to earn their freedom. This was not always the case, though. In fact, in many cases, during the American Revolutionary War, many of the slaves that fought for the colonies were returned back to their masters to continue in their service. Some would even come from the war only to find that their family members were sold to other plantations. Many of the slaves would run away to the British because they promised freedom to all slaves that fought on their side. After the Civil War was over, former slaves once freed by Abraham Lincoln felt that they would be rewarded for their service, and some were. But most, after the conclusion of the war, were hunted down like criminals and placed in jail for fighting against the South or under charges that they were violating vagrant laws. After the war, many could not find work and were forced to go back to their former plantations and work for free or little or nothing at all. Unfair treatment of African Americans will continue. In World War I, Black officers were treated harshly by their own countrymen, despite their grand demonstration of courage on the battlefield. German enlisted prisoners received better treatment by white soldiers of the United States. However, the French officers respected the Negro soldier for their discipline and courage under fire. And after the war, many of the Negro soldiers remained in France. The French recognized their courage and awarded over 50 crosses of war for valor to Negro soldiers. Only a handful of Negro troops received the Medal of Honor. The late Henry Johnson was awarded 2 French crosses of war for his heroism, and it wasn't until later that his family was presented with the Medal of Honor by President Obama. African Americans will continue to distinguish themselves in the air, land, and on sea. Such was the case with Seaman Dory Miller of the United States Navy. During the attack of Pearl Harbor by the Japanese, Dory Miller manned a machine gun and brought down 2 enemy planes. For his heroism, he was awarded the Navy Cross. The air was made a lot safer when the Tuskegee Airmen were in the sky. Not one U.S. bomber or cargo plane was shot down when they were in escort. And as the years progressed, the treatment got better, and the rewards and promotions would start to become ever present. The African American servicemen and women would make history due to their insatiable appetite for glory, honor, respect. And here are a few of their legendary accomplishments. Crispus Attucks, first to die for the revolutionary cause. Sergeant William Carney, first African American to receive the Medal of Honor during the Civil War. Henry O. Flipper Jr., the first African American to graduate from West Point. The Harlem Hellfighters, the 369th Infantry Regiment, feared by the German officers. Benjamin Davis Sr., the first African American to rise to the rank of general. His son, Benjamin Davis Jr., commander of the Tuskegee Airmen. Marcia Anderson, first African American female to receive the rank of Major General. Janie L. Mines, first African American female to graduate from the Naval Academy. And Emily Perez, first African American female to graduate from West Point. She was killed in action. Colin Powell, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and later Secretary of State. These are just a mere few of accomplishments of African American servicemen and women, and the list goes on and on and on. And their contributions will be etched in the annals of human history. God bless them, the race they represent, and the country they have served for well over 300 years.